we're going to do a class focused on hips. So hip flexors and hamstrings, all those good leg muscles. We're going to give a nice stretch too today. A lot of people have been asking me about stretches for runners or cyclists, especially for IT bands and hamstring stretches. So I'm going to get to a couple of those today, and hopefully it'll be about a 8-minute video that you can do at home whenever you want to go on a run, or before a run, or after, or even after a long day of just sitting. It might feel good to just stretch your legs out. Okay, so we're going to start on our backs. You can get a strap if you have one, or if you have, a dog leash, that works too. So we're going to start with left leg in the strap, and just extending the leg up to the ceiling. You can place the right foot on the floor if you like, just giving the hamstring a good stretch. If you want, you can make your strap or your leash into a loop. I just kind of buckled my leash here, and you can place it over the top of your head. If you get a big enough loop, you can actually let your head rest into the ground and just kind of relax. This way you don't have to hold on to the strap and tighten your grip up. You can just kind of let the leg hang. And then doing hold for a couple breaths here. So about 5 deep breaths in and out. And stretching the back of the leg. You can have a soft bend in that knee too. There's no reason to be shaking while you're here. Your right knee can be bent or straight, whatever you prefer. Let's see if you can relax tension around that leg. Might feel a little tight here. Sometimes I just like to look side to side with my head, and get a little stretch that way too. That feels good. And go ahead and take a couple last breaths here. And when you're ready, I'm going to take that strap off and extend the right leg out so you can drop the foot to the side to stretch the IT band. So kind of dropping that foot out to your right until you feel a good stretch down the outside of your thigh and glute. So you don't have to go down very far with this leg to feel that. And I'm just kind of letting my leg rest up against the wall. It kind of works perfectly like that. So taking a couple breaths in and out. And then just letting the opposite leg be relaxed. And as you're breathing in, we'll bring that leg back up to center, placing the right foot in your leash, your strap. And we'll take it over the top of the head again, so you don't have to hold on to it. And if you prefer to hold on to it too, that's fine. You just kind of have to give your grip up a little bit there, so you're not holding so tightly that it's strenuous for the grip. So I'm going to maintain nice and relaxed upper body, nice and relaxed through the right leg, and just taking some soft breaths again. I'm going to aim for about 5 if you can. My dog's probably thinking, what the heck am I doing with your leash, right? Nice. So go ahead and take one more breath here. And need some length through that back of your thigh. Yeah, and when you're ready to come out, we'll just take that leg over across the body. Again, straightening out the left leg so you can kind of cross over. Feel a good stretch on the outside of the thigh. Again, you can hold wherever's comfortable for you. Maybe your shoulders are relaxed onto the ground. You can spread out your collarbones wide. Not so much going for the spinal twist here as we are for that IT band. So maybe you want to play with flexing your foot a little bit, see how that changes the stretch. Wonderful. And bring that leg back up to center, and we'll release. Coming over onto all fours for tabletop position. And when you're ready, we're going to step the left foot up and finding a low lunge to begin with. What do I have a lot of dog hair on my pants? Alright, we're going to start pretty low in that low lunge. So you can have both hands on the inside of the thigh if that feels good for you. I like to give myself a little bit more space there. And walk your right knee back. So the knee isn't directly on top of the ground. We don't want a 90-degree angle. Hopefully you can get that knee walking back a little bit further so you can rest it on more of the upper part of the knee. So if you need to put a blanket underneath that knee to give you some comfort there, you can do that. And if you want to get a little bit deeper into our hip flexor of the right leg, I'm going to come up onto the left knee. You can even have a wall next to you if you want to hold on to the wall while you're stretching out here so you can take the balance out of it. And we'll sink into that stretch for a bit. I think it feels really good for me to like lean up against the wall. It kind of helps get this whole side body here too. So I'm going to come back when you're ready. You can use the wall to help you back. And get a nice flat back, walking the hands out towards the toes and keep this leg nice and straight. So you can have your hands on some blocks or some books if you'd like to bring the floor closer to you so you don't have to lean over and round your back as much. You can keep a nice long spine. And sometimes I just like to tap my foot down and see how that changes the stretch a little bit. Usually I can feel it more in my shin then. And you can let your chest kind of release up towards the toes. And stay with that deep breathing. Deep breathing also helps your lung capacity, so it's also good for endurance sports. Wonderful. And let's slide that left foot back and take a little downward dog in between each leg. So wide-legged downward dog. So wide as your mat, or wide as you can, and you're gonna press back into your heels, back into your hamstrings so you can feel the calves. Nice. Let your chest melt through. See if you can relax your head. Wonderful. And we'll take it down to the knees again. Step the right foot up by the hands. Find your low lunge. Again, walk anything underneath this knee that you need to so that you don't have so much pressure on that knee. And if you're good, if you're on carpet like me, you can come up into a lunge and sink into your center of gravity. Again, use walls for balance. You can lean up against the wall. Sinking down into your hip flexors. Then anytime you need to come down onto your hands, you can do that. Maybe it feels good to open up the right hip a little bit there by taking the knee out to the right a little bit more. rolling onto the right edge of the foot. And when you're ready, you can walk your weight back as you straighten the front leg out. You can crawl the foot out a little bit if you need to. Help lengthen out the spine, maybe walking your hands forward. Again, use your blocks to bring the floor back into you. Keep sitting your weight back as you reach chest forward. Soft, even breathing. And a nice job. Let's take it back into a downward dog again. Step that right foot back. Again, wide stance to the feet, maybe a foot or more apart. And press back into your heels. Maybe straighten out your knees a little bit. Great. And we'll come back down. So it was about 10 minutes stretching for your legs. I hope you enjoyed it.